even 2 o'clock in the morning, the SES were driving past saying, no, you won't flood, you'll be fine. So.
And I was made aware by our our Director of Nursing at the time. He rang me at 10:30 on the Friday night and said, could I come in to the hospital? I went in and we worked out a plan to let staff know that there was a risk of flooding and how they were going to get to work, if they were going to be able to get to work from previous times, and knowledge of where water had been in previous times, not realising that it was going to be the extreme event that it was.
I couldn't sleep. I could hear the water running in the drains and I thought, this is strange. And then I popped out one side of the house and had a look, and I could see the water coming up the street, which was Pascoe Street, which the hospital was also on, further up. And I thought, everyone's sick of me, I won't harass people that were sleeping. So I waited about another hour. And I think we got round to 6 o'clock, and then I looked out the back door and I was under the orange tree and coming onto the veranda. And I thought, oh, hell. And so I got everyone up and we started putting stuff up. Some, of course, didn't want to get out of bed. They thought Mother was carrying on again. Anyway.
The water was quite torrential, wasn't it? And like whitewater rafting. You could whitewater raft down High Street. It was really moving very fast. So it did carry hay bales away. Farming community, the farmers along the river I know were affected. The nursing staff were fantastic. We had people there that worked for 3 or 4 shifts in a row, and we had everybody ready to evacuate by about 11:30. So that was 60 aged care beds and 12 acute beds. So 72 people. We also had the people from the Lions flats. They'd come down to us because they'd evacuated themselves from their flats to us. So we also had them as well to look after and get care for. So that, the staff were fantastic. Staff came in that weren't affected by the flood to help with the evacuation. We had to lift high care residents onto buses. That's not an easy thing to do. Because the smaller buses weren't able to get in with the lifts on the back, and there's not enough of those anyway. So we did, I guess we've learnt a lot about how you do things. We used, the army came in and we used their people movers to transport stretcher patients out to the highway where we could get a helicopter in. So the army were great too. They were fantastic. That mould also led to respiratory illness in the town. There was an increase in chest infections, especially in the elderly and children, but mainly the elderly. And of course, they're the people most vulnerable because they're not able to quickly go and lift up their carpets and do all those things, so they have to wait. So their houses were damper for longer.
Of course, we hope it's a freak event, but I feel the way the weather is going, with climate change, etc., we could well have another event like this. We actually have moved from our house that we had, even though we fixed it all up and everything, and moved a bit further out and hope that you never know, the next flood might reach that far.
I guess the changing climate, and I don't think that it can be denied that that's not happening. I think if you're denying it, you've got blinkers.